Organizer for WASP. Happy Friday the 13th. And we are here at Lake Park, about ready to go into the Heritage Museum of Layton. Let me go ahead and do a quick introduction of who is here with us tonight. Start off real quick. This is Chris Black, founder and over our evidence analysis team. Got Sam Arkey. We have got Stefan, and it's Adams, right? Okay. We've got Robert Watry. We've got Andrew. He is one of our lead researchers and historian. We've got Justin Vasquez. He is one of our co-founders as well. In addition, we've got two new team members dressed in, which will be off camera. And then we also have Jacob Claypool and Sabrina Adams. And there will be more that will be attending later on as soon as traffic lets up. But tonight, we got a great investigation lined up over here at the Heritage Museum of Layton. What's going on with this location is there is reports of 4 spirits that are wandering the building. First one is known as Leroy. He is the main spirit, one causes most of the problems from our understanding. What's going on is there's 2 pieces of clothing that he used to own that they discovered, and each of them have brought some type of activity of knocking over things into the building. One of them is right in front, right next to the entrance of the museum, which is going to be right here over to the left. And then I'm not sure where they put the cape that he owns. But those are a couple of pieces of items that he owns there. In addition, one of the other reports that was coming down, there is a little library that this location has that there's a light that flickers. And it seems to only do it when it's sent Leroy is around, but it will stop when it hits 1920s music, when they start playing it. What is interesting also as well is they have brought in electricians, they have brought in maintenance people to look at this light. They've changed out the light bulb, and everything they've done, it still does the same thing. So those are a couple of claims about Leroy. The next spirit, his name is Del Adams. So Del Adams himself was one of the big community members here in Layton. He passed away back in the 70s, and most of his collection was donated to the museum. He used to own a little museum off of Gentile out here in Layton. When one of the people that was over his estate talked to the curator, it turns out a lot of that stuff was stolen. He was a kleptomaniac. So it is reported that Del likes to stay around his items to keep an eye on them. In addition, one of the other things too that has been going on is he was a big smoker. Used to hold a cigar all the time, liked to smoke cigars. Her office would actually smell like cigar smoke. So we're going to test a theory on this. In addition, your third spirit you've got is Jim Morgan, who has a car inside the museum he keeps an eye on. And then the fourth spirit likes to roam in the women's restroom. And then the other 2 spots other 3 spots is over on the other side of the building here. And then there's 2 spots in the park that we are going to go ahead and investigate as well with our team. What's going to happen is for this first hour, we're going to be focusing on the museum, and there will be a time for you guys to ask EVP questions so we can go ahead and ask those spirits as well. So we're coming over to the museum right now. So the curator's name is Annie. Been speaking to her now for a couple of weeks. And hello, guys.
Hi. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi.
He's going to be filming this for YouTube, and it is live on YouTube right now, so make sure you're letting friends and family know about it. We got Justin Vasquez. He is one of our founding organizers.
Hello. Hi.
Chris Black. He is also a founding organizer. He's also of our evidence analysis team. We've got Robert, who's an investigator. We've got our lead researcher and historian, Andrew. And then we got 2 new introductions. We've got Jacob and
Tristan.
I'm going to have to remember that name.
We have Sabrina chilling behind.
And there will be a few more team members. We'll have Stephanie, Crystal, Bailey, and Kiana coming in as well.
Okay, fantastic.
So this first piece right here This is the suit that belongs to Leroy, if I remember correctly.
Yep, that's it.
Why don't you go ahead and tell a little bit of what's been going on here to let
Yeah.
our
Of
fans know.
course. Okay, so
Go ahead and
do you want me to
right
hold
there.
it? Perfect. Okay, so this is Leroy's suit. When I first started here at the museum, I found this artifact kind of back tucked away in the corner, and it had a sheet over it. There were a couple of things in front of it. So we were doing some cleaning, and we came across this suit. And we thought, well, this is really cool. Why is this kind of tucked away in the back? So we brought him up front. We were cleaning him up, switching mannequins that he was on. And we got him nice and front and centered in our lobby right here. It was right in between these two pillars where these doors are now. And we put two other mannequins flanking the sides that were other military uniforms. And one day we were cleaning over on the other side of the lobby, and the two mannequins that were flanking his sides just fell straight down. And there was nothing by it. There was no gust of wind. There was no draft. So that's when we decided Leroy must be haunted. And we brought up his cape, which is over here. It's draped on this case right here. And we had that free hanging on a coat rack. And it started to just swing wildly. And nobody was around it. I was standing on one side of the room, and one of our volunteers was on the other side of the room. And we both kind of just looked at each other like, what is happening? So from that point on, Leroy has kind of become our museum legend, and he is our ghost here.
All right, so let's head over to the car and
Yeah.
talk about Jim Morgan.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then just for clarifications, I am guessing that is Damien.
Yes, this is Damien right here. He's not my favorite.
We'll get into that story here in a moment.
Perfect. So I'm going to kind of edit facts just a little bit so we don't give away too much information here about our collections. But this car right here is a 1903 Northern Runabout. It is one of 11 still in existence. And in the 80s, it was loaned here by the Morgan family, Jim Morgan. And shortly after he loaned it to the museum, passed away. In his will, he said that it would go to his 7 kids, and they got to decide which kid got it. So of course, you know, that's going to create a rift within the family, and they took it to the court, and the judge ruled that it would stay here until they could decide who got the car. Well, it's been, you know, about 40 years. They still have not figured out who's going to get this car, and we had a paranormal group come in here back in December, and we were talking through one of the spirit boxes, and we thought we were talking to one ghost, but then it started to say car and Jim, and that's when we realized that we're pretty sure Jim Morgan is here, and he's watching over this car, making sure that nothing happened to it, because this was one of his prized possessions.
Okay, we're already getting PX stuff going off.
PX is going off like crazy right after I passed the doll.
Oh, really?
That doll is so creepy.
What's it saying, Chris?
A lot of it's just gibberish, but one that stood out was history. Yeah.
Interesting.
Where did you get EVPs like right before we even left?
Yeah, as we were walking in, when we were out on the pavilion, I was getting a couple EVPs, said, hey, twice. And then as we came in, I think I caught a few other EVPs. So it'll be nice or be interesting to see what I come up with.
Interesting.
And yeah, this place is full of energy.
So let's talk a little bit about Del Adams.
Yeah,
and his
absolutely.
history, which I believe is over here.
Okay, so this over here is part of Del Adams' collection. So he was this really eclectic collector from the Layton area up through the 70s. He actually had his own museum down on Gentile Street, which is just a little bit southwest of where we're at now. And he had thousands of objects, just weird trinkets, like he had a knife from the Donner Party, and just these items that he would claim to be from these crazy areas. And when he passed away, his entire estate was written over to come to the museum. So slowly throughout the years, you know, we've gotten big collections of his, and most of his stuff is now stored here. Because he had so many strange objects with strange stories, such as the Donner Party, we've really noticed that When you're over here, weird things happen, and we think Dell is also here hanging out with this stuff. All the time in my office, we can smell someone smoking a cigar, and I believe that that's Dell Adams watching over his items.
And then the last one I believe you told me about was Noel.
Yes,
And he's the one that likes to hang out in the ladies' room.
yes. So,
Real quick, how long have you been working here?
I started in August 2020, so just about 2 years. Yeah. So over in the ladies' room, we've had a lot of weird things happen. When you're in the bathroom, the stall will just start to jiggle for no reason, and it makes, that metal on metal sound. It's terrifying. And the paper towel dispenser will just start shooting out paper towels like crazy. It's gotten to the point where if we know that we're only girls here, we will only use the men's restroom. And we've linked it. We think that it's somebody named Noel that's hanging out in our bathroom. And, if you say, Noel, stop that, sometimes the paper towels will stop instantly. So we're pretty sure that it's him hanging out in there.
All right, so one of the game plans we're going to have is I'm going to have a couple ladies go in there and do an EVP session and try to see if we can get him to come in as trigger objects. So the one question I've got, though, is there a way to turn off the lighting so the fan's not going on?
I'm not sure, but we can mess with the breakers.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only reason why is that will interfere with any EVPs that we are doing, any type of technology in there. You're going to
Yes.
hear that fan the entire time, so if something does happen, we're not going to hear it. That's the only thing I kind of noticed when I was here the other time, so.
Yeah, of course. I'll go mess with the breakers and see what we can figure out.
Awesome, fantastic. Thank you so much. I
Yeah.
appreciate you spending the time and talking about the history here. I think it would have been better coming from you instead of me anyway, so I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So overall, we do have a game plan of how we're going to handle the museum, but that's not the only place we're going to be going to. So over here, off to the east, we have a log cabin. There are a few items that are from the 1850s, as well as some stuff that was 1920s, stuff that was designed around the area to make it look as 1850s as possible. And then there's two spots that we are going to be focusing on when it comes to the Layton Park area. Little history about that. Verde Land Park ran from January of 1943 up to the 60s, housed over 1,450 different people, and I believe it was for World War II purposes, but also finding out from our curator here, there was a few drownings of children through the Case Creek that is right off to the west of the park. So there's two spots we're going to focus on. There's going to be the south side, which with reports from a young man by the name of Aaron Cottrell, where him and another person were at the park and suddenly was followed by a shadow figure. And it came all the way across, even through the Heritage Museum past. And then up north, there's a wooded area that we're going to check out as well. So those are the focus points of tonight. But tonight, our investigation for this YouTube channel is going to be focused right here in the museum. We know which four spirits we're going to talk to, so let's see what we can do to get them triggered.
Of course, I'd like to, this is John, your cameraman here. I'd like to thank everybody that's shown up here tonight on the live stream. It's looked like a pretty good turnout so far for our very first live stream here. So I want to thank you guys specifically, and enjoy the show.
All right. So what we're going to do is let's head back to base camp real quick. And you guys are welcome to join us at base camp if you like. We're just over at the pavilion over here.
Okay.
It just made things a little bit easier.
I'm going to go try to figure out the lights.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
And I apologize, I didn't get your guys' names.
My name's Dan. I'm Raylan.
Nice to meet you. So you're volunteers here at the museum?
Yeah.
How long have you guys been volunteering at the museum?
I've been volunteering for about 2 months now.
Okay,
Yeah, and I've been volunteering for about a month.
okay.
So,
Have you guys experienced anything paranormal inside of this place?
Yes.
yes.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on?
I think some of the stuff I've experienced, I've had exhibits completely fall over, like the curator mentioned. Last week, one of the posters that was up against the pillars completely fell over. I've heard whistling right in my ears, right in the director's office. And while in the bathroom, the paper towel dispenser has just been going on and off. Or I hear things falling in the background, like across the museum, or it sounds like somebody's jiggling a door handle when I know that I'm the only one in there.
Okay.
So just like little things like that.
Okay, perfect. And tell us a little bit about your experiences.
So, some of my experiences, just a little while ago, I was over by the women's restroom in the janitorial closet putting away a vacuum, and just hear a little laughing in my left ear.
Okay.
Like a thud on the wall, and got out of there pretty quick.
Perfect.
Then even just before you guys came in the building, both of us actually heard like a footstep in just the main lobby. So a variety of different things.
Okay. So the footstep could be settling of the building because it is a pretty old building going back to the 70s. So you're looking at about 50 years old. But there could be something else behind it. So that could be a possibility too. So we'll look into that as well tonight. So there are some evidence backing up what they're saying, some eyewitness reports. Hopefully we can come into that as well. There is one more person here that just showed up, and I know some of you have been waiting to see her, Stephanie.
Hi guys.
This is our psychic medium, Stephanie.
Oh, I got a microphone. Hi guys. Sorry, I'm always running late, right? Because I had to come from Spanish Fork, which if you know Utah, that's over an hour. So anyhow, super excited. Thank you for those who join. I will be paying attention to the live tonight, and if there are friends and followers from my page, then I will be giving away some t-shirts and some crystals and maybe even a free reading.
Jackie Harmon says hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Jackie.
Brenda says love you, lady.
Oh, hi, Brenda. Love you back.
Okay, good.
Awesome. Okay. Can't wait. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, of course.
And we just got some interesting news from Justin and Sabrina. Justin, why don't you tell us a little bit what you guys discovered?
Well, I'll let Sabrina tell the audience because it's her family.
So the picture in the Verland Park part, it has a picture of Verland Elementary and a lot of the students around it. I identified that my mom was one because my family, when they moved here to Utah, were staying in Verland Park where Layton High is now. But I'm pretty sure my uncle's in there too, but he's wearing a mask, so I can't 100% for sure say it. But
So it's going to be an interesting night.
So what's going to happen?
and
Go
sorry,
ahead.
and my mom's birthday was just Wednesday.
Great connection.
Yeah.
Well, what's going to happen is this is going to be filmed for YouTube. This will probably be not part of the live stream tonight, but we are going to film this for YouTube to see if we can capture any evidence of maybe Sabrina's mom, possibly uncle, in this location. What's going to start with, let's talk a little bit about the equipment we are going to be using. And I'll let Chris Black start first with some of the stuff he's got.
So I've got an IR night vision video camera. Sorry if I end up pausing. I've got my PX going, which is another type of spirit box. Has a large word database, so it'll pop off with words every now and then. I've actually got that plugged into my Zoom recorder here. I'm recording all of us talking, but the PX is also on a separate channel. I am not a jerk. Night vision or IR spotlight so that can get more vision. Said hi to spirits. Yeah, so I've been getting a lot of activity recently just off of the PX. I'll go back and review all the evidence through the recorder. And
Tell them what happened the moment you turned that thing on when you got here.
so when we got here, I turned it on just to test all my audio levels. Just immediately started going off. Popped off with John's name a few times. Just a bunch of gibberish. When we were in the museum, one of the most prevalent words, or words that just popped out more to me, it did say history. But I do think that we got a few EVPs. I'm live listening as well, so if anything is caught on the video or on the audio recorder, I can hear it through the headphones. Not all the time do I get to hear it clear, but once I go back and review it, I can hear the EVPs even better.
Thank you for that, Chris. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get an EVP session set up here very shortly. So what we want from you guys, if you want to go ahead and interact with us, you can ask some questions. I'll look at them here as they come in, and we'll try to ask them as you guys ask them. So give it to Chris.
One other thing real quick. I want to introduce the SLS camera to you. I'm going to let Sam, he knows a little more about this, talk about the SLS camera and what it does. Sam, take it away.
Hello, how's it going? So this is the SLS camera. Sorry, I actually don't have it fully running up yet. It's going to take a second. But basically, what this does is it like maps out figures like in a way so we can almost see like what's going on in the area. It will like kind of like visualize like in a stick figure form. So we can kind of see if there's something that could be like spiritual. One thing about the SLS though is you don't want to be outside because there's a lot of elements out there that can interfere with it, which is actually something I learned is being indoors. It's not going to interfere. SLS is a really good equipment to kind of you can ask spirits to move their hand in a way to confirm that it's actually something spiritual. You can be like, oh, hey, can you raise your right hand? And sometimes if you can get the stick figure to move on the camera, it kind of gives some good evidence.
Are you going to be bringing that in with you when we do the EVP session here in a few minutes?
Yep, so we'll be in there with the museum, and then also the cabin was where the SLS will be. So.
Thank you very much, Sam. Appreciate it. All right, let's get a team together. We're going to go ahead and go inside the museum and do an EVP session. So go ahead and go grab your spirit box out of the case. It should be in this one on to the right.
You said my phone should be good for EVPs.
Okay, that too.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, EVPs are fine. Turn off put it into airplane mode. Make sure there is no signal coming through because it does interfere with any type of electronics.
Okay. Ann Ash has asked, have you had any spirits that have followed you home?
Well, that's a common practice when it comes to the paranormal. I know, for instance, Chris Black, Justin Vasquez have had spirits follow them in the past.
And slide attachments as well.
We had a case back in 2020 where we went to a place in Taylorsville where we had all of us something attached to us.
Oh, yeah.
Where it even got to the point where it almost possessed me in Fielding Gar Ranch.
No, it did possess you.
Oh, yeah.
It totally possessed you.
Appreciate your honesty.
No, thanks. I remember because we had to do that cleansing on you.
It took 3 people.
And then we had the, oh, good gosh, remind me of the equipment that we had around you that spiked. My brain keeps forgetting what it was, but anyway.
Box,
no, it was like, I don't know what you call it. I know you're going to know what it is, but anyway.
Tanya, I'd like to answer your question. Actually, yes, there is a yellowish hue. The lights that we have out here kind of have a really yellow tint to everything, so it's kind of giving us a yellow look on everything. It's just nature of the camera.
Oh, thanks. Anyway, it's the one that goes up, Chris, from like 2.5, 3.5.
Millimeter.
Millimeter.
Thank you, the millimeter. Yeah, because it went up, and just as we brought it right by you, if you remember, Chris, it shot up to like, what, 3 or 4?
Well, just in its
Yeah.
changing its attitude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was crazy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was a scary night. So it is a common practice, unfortunately, where spirits will come and follow you home. The best advice I can give is make sure that you're with... Sorry, we do have a plane flying overhead, so I do apologize if you hear that. Make sure you have a team of people that know how to cleanse correctly and properly in order to take care of you. That is the most important
Look
thing.
out for each other.
Exactly. That's why, if you notice, we have a big crew. You gotta love the night, right?
Right? Look at that full moon coming through.
Near full
the
moon?
trees.
Oh, yes.
Rather eerie.
Well, you mentioned earlier, a veil is going to be slightly
the veil's-
lifted.
Oh yeah, the veil is so thin right now.
And I've had the
It's
number
crazy.
666 following me around for the last 2 days.
Really?
Yep.
The 666.
666 following me around for. I know the number. It's all
It's a little bit more of a
wonky.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
evil or whatever, but
Right,
it's just weird
right.
that set of numbers have
Yeah.
been following me around for the last 2 days.
Stephanie Vicky says, thanks for letting us know about this live feed.
Oh, Vicky, I love you. You're welcome. Hopefully you can stay on, and man, I can't wait to go inside, pick up on hopefully what needs to be picked up on. So here you go.
Black hat at
Let's go ahead and head in, grab everyone that's going to do
Yep.
this and head in.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the museum, and I think we need to do an EVP session and have things going on to make sure that we capture a lot going on tonight. And with the moon the way it is, the air's just right, I can feel it. We're probably going to pick up some activity, and it sounds like we already have. Chris's PX box has been going off nonstop.
Really?
It just picked up the words murder.
Well, it's been going up like.
That's right. He did.
Yeah. What we have not told you guys is Stephanie does not know what's going on here. We have not told her anything because of the fact that we got to keep her in the dark. We don't want to ruin the experience for her. And when she does it, she does an amazing job. So that's why we haven't told her anything yet. So let's follow Justin real quick. He's going to show us something. This is what they were talking about earlier with Sabrina.
Right. That's Serena's mom.
Are you serious?
So ladies and gentlemen, that is Sabrina's mom.
Wow.
And this possibly could be her uncle, but yeah, her family used to live here when Layton City first started off.
If you notice right up here, it says Veerdland Park. So this was the thing I told about where it had over 1,450 different people that lived here, and there are children that have drowned in Caves Creek.
And what people don't know is Layton City is like 6 or 7 cities put together.
Mhm.
Not a fan.
Where do you want to do the first EVP session?
Yes, Chris, where do you want to go?
You're in charge of it.
I don't care. Do we have any religious objects here?
Yes.
Because one, I got sigil. Another one, I can't remember what it was.
Religious symbol or.
Hey guys, follow me. It's over here.
I'm getting a lot of
Whoa.
energy here. What?
I'm running my elbow into everything. So it sounds like we're getting some stuff over here real quick, guys. So let's check over here first.
This is going off like crazy.
Well, this is when I felt earlier. This place, especially back here, it's just the atmosphere is just there's a lot of energy. Ooh.
I've got major goosebumps
Yeah.
still. Again,
Yep.
Okay.
something about this area.
We're going to give the mic to Chris Black here because he's got the PX going.
So just a heads up, it just spiked at a 6.5 milligauss.
Japanese. Do we have any Japanese objects here?
I'm not sure if it's in this museum, but not sure of this spot.
You know, we have.
Murder? Were any of these objects used to murder anyone? Felon?
Wow.
Maybe.
Die? That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. You're in charge of the questions, Chris.
And see, there's no vent up here, so there can't be any.
Okay, 4.7, 4.3 at 68.3 degrees. Currently right now, there isn't any power, it feels like, coming out of here, so there's no way it's spiking. It's now up to a 4.9.
But it feels like that there's energy coming through here.
Mm-hmm. That is true. 2.5, 2.3.
Does anybody in the audience have any questions they'd like to ask?
What's that?
Because the machine that was going on over here made it.
It just said 3. Do we have any, how many people do we have on?
6 right here.
No, watching.
Watching, we currently have 19.
Oh.
3 likes.
Okay.
John?
Hey,
It likes John.
don't it always like Sean?
Well, recently, since our most recent investigation at States Pond.
Yeah, it's been spouting my name off a lot.
Wow.
How many spirits are here?
3 doors?
recourse.
Okay. Well, if it was three-quarters point.
You've said memories a few times. What kind of memories do you have?
Put the microphone up to your headphones. The audience can listen.
How did you die?
So there are 4 of those that have been brought to our attention.
Okay, how many spirits are here?
Phil, Jim, and Noel. Those are the 4. Wasn't there a mic? Those are the only 4 names that were brought to our attention. The curator.
Any questions from the audience? It said 0.
That is correct.
Sigil, that was another thing that it said.
Seems like it's been saying something about a sigil or something.
And the majority of these items were all donated to the museum. However,
Do you have any messages for us?
state or
Remember, we're doing an EVP session, so no whispering. Makes it difficult for me to go back and review. Listen. What year is it? Are you attached to any of these objects? Does Mary ring any bells for anything?
What, marriage?
Mary.
Mary. I don't think so.
Okay. Because it has said Mary a couple of times. One, when we were walking outside from here the first time, it said Loving Mary.
Hold on, Justin just heard something. What did you hear?
Well, because no one was whispering, and I heard like a female whispering from over here.
Tell me what you were hearing?
Well, yeah, like no one's whispering because that's one of the rules, but I swear I heard a woman's voice whispering in this area.
Awakened 201 would like to ask, was Mary a woman that you were fond of?
Left.
What?
We got a question, or an EVP question.
Was Mary a woman that you were fond of?
Was Mary a woman that you were fond of? Said C.
Are there any other questions from the audience? Go ahead and just ask questions.
Again, how many spirits are here? Is there a reason why you're staying? I was just told that they feel like there's 3 spirits here.
And I did get 3 a couple times on the PX.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a reason why we're feeling a lot of energy in this spot?
Brenda would like to ask, why are they there?
Why are you guys here? Change what?
I literally just heard that they have changed the way that things are here. Thank you, I forget about the mic. I'll just get going, so you guys know you have to hand that to me, but I literally heard change as far as the museum has moved and changed things, and that's why they're here. They're a little bit uneasy. So do we know if there's been change?
Sorry.
You're okay.
Human Jesus.
Thank you. I am the human Jesus.
Well, let's go over this way. I think there was some
Yeah.
religious artifacts over this way.
I was just told that they actually did change an exhibit just over here.
Let's go take a look at it.
Jackie would like to know, does Sabrina's mom have any connection with the items that are in the museum?
That is a good question. Sabrina. She was just right here.
Yeah.
Sabrina? Yeah, we have a question from the audience. If your mom has any connection to any items here
Some of the Barbie dolls, I'm pretty sure were my mom's.
in that one room?
And over here, actually.
Oh, is that the one that you stopped and you're like, I know, you're like, you're looking at the
I
display.
was looking at the display of Barbies, yeah. I was looking a little bit more at some of the items that were in there, but it's kind of hard to tell. And I'm,
So the Barbie dolls are right there.
Wait, is this the section that they said that was changed?
because I don't know if it was exactly my mom had that one. And she had that one. I had this skipper, but the only one that my mom had that isn't up here is the original Mitch.
So you were saying this one right here.
Yes.
Go ahead and point those out one more time so we can.
So this one, the Bobby socks, my mom had that one. And then the Ken doll back there, my mom had that one as well.
Okay.
I'm drawing a weird connection to that doll that Black's looking at. That really creepy
That's the one
Yeah.
from the basement.
So that is Damien.
Let's do our session by Damien.
Let's go over to Damien.
And Black, give Black the mic.
Black, mic's for yours.
Yep.
Let's go over to the baby.
I don't like dolls.
Can I do this one then?
And when it's told me to move, I was more than happy to.
Okay, I will do the EVP session on this one. So this is Damien, as they like to call him. Damien, would you like to speak to us? Is the curator and the volunteers mean to you?
Of course.
Lexi would like to ask if there are any kids that pass, do they like dolls?
Sabrina, are you feeling anything that has to do with Sabrina?
Me?
Stephanie, sorry.
Either one. Are you guys feeling anything?
I feel a lot, but not very good energy, but like this is putting off something with
Yeah.
kids over here.
Okay, so really quickly, when Chris and I were in the other room, I asked you, I said, who is William?
There you go.
This was once, oh man, I've got chills from head to toe now. This music box was once owned by Judge William Carter. That's exactly why I kept hearing the name William when I told you in that other room, right?
Let's do a ghost box session. Go ahead and
Ooh,
sit
okay.
right here next to our favorite doll. Okay, what we're going to be using right now is what's known as a ghost box. It scans the airwaves to kind of get alleged spirits use the sounds between the airwaves to potentially communicate with us. So
Hold on to it.
what we're going to do is we'll be asking questions, and potentially through the static and the sound, we might be getting some responses to questions asked.
Because sometimes the energy will grow if they. Sometimes the energy will grow if they hear their own voice.
You guys hear that pretty good?
And you might hear a little bit of stations in between, but it shouldn't be complete sentences or aware. I mean, you can hear the words. Whoa. I don't know. Is there anybody here with us right now?
You kidding?
I'm not kidding. Hi, you.
Okay, when you ask a question, not as close, back up a little bit, and then just tip the mic for me. It's pretty sensitive.
How many spirits are here with us right now?
I heard a 10, I thought.
I didn't hear anything.
Okay.
Creepy.
3. Or was that creepy?
I heard creepy.
Tip it back towards yourself when you talk. Thought I heard 3. I heard 3 as well, but
Can you try to answer that question again? How many spirits are here right now?
That was a clear no.
That was a no. Does this doll have any significant meaning to you?
I heard a little kid laugh.
you know that Thomas Ross just asked if there are any of the spirits children.
Is there any of the spirits here children?
No.
I heard it right now.
One.
Say that we were at the Layton Heritage Museum here at Layton Park.
I'll say what?
We're at the Layton Heritage Museum at Layton Park.
Let them know we're at the
Oh.
Layton Heritage Museum.
We're currently at the Layton. What is it? Layton
Heritage Museum.
The Layton Heritage Museum in Layton, Utah.
Can't see me.
Can't see me.
We want to see you. Where are you?
There's no stairs.
Any questions you guys want to ask?
There are stairs out there though.
Do you like the people here at the museum?
Brenda would like to ask, did you say creepy because you're hearing yourself?
Is there anybody here that's related to Sabrina? I think that is a big fat no.
8-year-old.
Yeah.
Three. I just heard 3.
I heard a
thought I heard
priest.
priest.
Yeah, that's what I heard, a priest.
Said priest.
Okay.
I heard three back here.
Is there a priest here with us? What's going on?
The volunteers here just said this is all the religious stuff they have, so that would make sense.
There's stuff over here, religious purposes over here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Sacrament stuff. That would make sense.
Were you guys LDS? Are you kidding?
Did you have a problem with the LDS church?
Do that.
I heard that. Were you a part of the Melchizedek priesthood?
I'm not.
I'm not.
They just said I'm not.
Stop actors.
Stop actors. Why do you think we're actors?
Mormon. That was an
Thomas Ross would like to ask. Thomas Ross would like to ask, are any of the spirits members of the congregational or congregational leader of the congregation?
I think I just heard me
Me.
on the spirit box.
What is your name?
He's here. Who's here? Friend. Who's friend?
Vicky would like to know, are they weary of us being here? Are you guys tired of us?
I heard Roger.
Of course.
Are even the spirits here have anything to do with this place? Or are you guys from somewhere else?
The PX just said 3.
Hurt me? Who hurt you? Me? Yeah, I didn't really like that.
PX keeps saying Japanese. Are there any Japanese spirits here? Are you serious?
We were just told there's Japanese dolls right in here, and of course.
Hostile? Friends?
Isn't that the one you said was moving? That they were moving?
Yeah, these are the dolls that move. We adjust their heads. I adjusted them this morning, and some of them have already moved. Like their heads have tilted or turned.
Which one? Like the Japanese one?
Not the Japanese one, but the one all the way back at the top shelf, in the very pink dress on the right, on the back. Her head keeps tilting to the left. And her head was completely straight this morning.
Did you turn that off?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time to be off anyway.
And do you know where all these dolls came from?
They were in the basement.
There you go.
Jesus. Come on.
All right, at this point, we're going to go ahead and do another EVP session right here. So if you guys have any questions you'd like to ask while we're here, seems to be a hot spot. So we're going to go ahead and treat it as such.
Was this the area that was remodeled or changed?
No, it was over by, well, we did change the Barbies out a month ago. About then, right? About a month ago? Yeah, all of these changed. We brought up all of these brand new dolls except for the old lady doll. She was the only one that had stayed. The rest of these are brand new.
And you found these in the basement?
So do you change them out?
That's the first time they've been changed in like 12 years.
That's why we keep getting changed, probably.
Yep.
Okay. I heard about another doll named Chucky.
Yep, that's Chucky.
This would be Chucky right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at those eyes. Those are creepy.
Yeah, this is apparently the name is Chucky.
To the spirits that are walking among us right now, do you have any connection with any particular item we're standing in front of?
Brenda would like to know, what did you do with the others?
As in whether they wanted, okay. So, okay, so are they, oh, okay. So are you referring to the other dolls, Brenda, that they're asking about? So there is there is a basement over by the city building that they do store a lot of their other items. There's a lot more. You just try to change them out every once in a while, from my understanding. Would it sound about right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So there, yeah, that's one place we're also trying to get into as well for a future investigation. I've already emailed the mayor of Layton. No word back yet, but that's to be continued.
Apparently, the owner of the doll's name was Donna. Ask if Donna wanted. Donna is here.
Hey, Donna, are you here with us today? By the way, I am looking at the mail meter, and I hit a 4.9 milligauss.
We were just saying over here, that it just
Okay.
got super cold and my hair is standing up.
You also realize what you have
Oh,
right
you've
next
got
to.
stuff next
Go
to
ahead
it.
and answer the question again, and then quiet.
Okay. Oh, everybody okay?
That's me.
Donna, are you here with us right now? Donna, if you are here with us, can you make your presence known for us? If there is a Donna that is here with us, is there an item you're connected to? .4 milligauss.
Apparently, we're getting feedback through the audio feed.
Jim Morgan, are you here with us tonight? Am I hearing footsteps? Am I the only one?
Yep, right back there. Yeah.
I was going to tell you, I just heard that as well back over here.
Yeah, that's what I thought I was hearing.
Somewhere out here.
To the spirit that was walking up to us, thank you very much. Can you make your presence known where you're currently at right now in the museum?
Just so the audience knows, we're hearing stuff move around. Just basically wherever we move, it changes.
And confirm, I noticed you weren't in there. That wasn't you moving around? Okay. It was over that way? Okay. I know we do got a few people over that way as well. To help you out, don't be shy. Come and talk to us. We'd love to meet you. That's just an exit only? Yeah. Oma Elson Wilcox, is this you walking around? Okay, I am hearing people in the background. Those are a couple of the volunteers that are here.
About 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Okay, let's go ahead and head back out and we're going to wrap up our live feed. Yeah.
It came out of a pharmacy in Montana, actually, and it was shipped here, transported, and it's on loan to us right now from the mayor.
Because it just has been putting off some energy, and I keep getting this feeling that I've seen it before, and I was just wondering if I had seen it downtown from like, but I'm obviously not seeing it. It's coming to me in like a flashback, but not from a memory of mine.
Interesting, yeah, it's from one of the old ghost towns in Montana.
Real quick, Annie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is the name Charles sound familiar at all?
There were a couple Charles pioneer settlers. I don't know which one it would be, because that was a pretty popular name. For the pioneers, I know of a Charles Roberts off the top of my head that was he settled somewhere close to this area. But that's the first one I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to go ahead and wrap up here pretty soon. What kind of hours do you have at this particular place?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are open Monday through Thursday, 11 to 6, Friday, 11 to 5, and Saturday, 1 to 5.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And admission is free. I should add that. Admission is always 100% free, so make sure you stop by sometime.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So,
Go ahead, start thanking everyone.
so right now I want to thank everybody that has came tonight as part of our team, as well as the volunteers that are helping out with the museum. We want to thank everybody that came out and helped with this. We really appreciate you guys. I also want to take the time to thank our guests who are watching right now on YouTube. We thank you so much for spending the time with us, asking the questions. We really appreciate the feedback and just coming in and having a good time. Also, special thanks to our sponsor, Dark Prime Collectables, for sponsoring us. We appreciate everything you do.
Thank all of our members.
As well as thanking all our members that are part of the group. Otherwise, that's going to do it for this live stream session. Now, don't forget, we are going to have a YouTube video for this, and you can re-watch this up on YouTube later on, okay? Until then, this is Chris with W.A.S.P signing off, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.